On today's episode of Anime Afterthought, a certain scientific Railgun Season 3 Episode 24, Diffusion. Well, here we go. It seems we're finally at the climactic finale of Railgun T. Talk about going out with a bang. Now, last we left off, Scavenger and Makoto have teamed up in an attempt to stop Ryoko's doppelganger from wreaking havoc. With her eyes set on the floating airship, housing the information regarding her original experiment, it's up to Misaka to put this rampaging cyborg down. But of course, that's easier said than done, with Scavenger leaving Railgun high and dry, but not before making matters worse in the form of a broken vessel. With Ryoko's artificial soul no longer confined to the cybernetic body, she now possesses the ability to merge with matter and manipulate it at will. Ending out last week's episode with the doppelganger fusing matter in the form of a giant kaiju. Oh no, there goes Tokyo. And this is where we pick up today's episode. Yes, I'm hitting you with another live reaction. Why? Because this is the climactic fight. This is, supposedly from what you guys are telling me, one of the best, and so far this season's fights have not let me down. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. You gotta have guts. You just gotta have guts. Oh, god damn. Honestly, I do enjoy this CGI. This is actually pretty good shit. Usually I'm not a fan. Well, at least she's powerful enough to actually manipulate the trajectory of that building. Where's level 5.3 when you need her, right? Nah, OG Misaka got this. Oh, a giant storm of iron sand. Dude, if it forms its own kaiju, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna fucking lose it. Oh my god. God, look at this shit though. It really is awe-inspiring. Oh yeah, that's not creepy at all. Oh, I called it! I fucking called it! No fucking way. She actually fused it into a giant fucking kaiju? Dude, could you imagine looking outside of your fucking window and seeing this shit go down? Like, do you just like chalk it up like, oh, well, that's Academy City for you. Can you kind of see the wings forming behind it? Oh, shit. You're dealing with a level 5, motherfucker. Railgun. Dude, a giant fucking Ultraman-esque railgun shot? Is this what we're gonna do now? Holy fucking is this like her ultimate move now? Jesus Christ. Did she infuse some of her iron sand into it and stop? Oh, okay. What the fuck? Aw, you're playing dirty, bitch. That's way too dirty. I mean, how are we gonna defeat her though? Because if we just, you know, destroy her vessel more, her soul will have no containment at that point. Poor Satin. She still doesn't know, does she? I can't tell if I feel sorry or jealous for that bear. I bet he's seen some shit. Oh, is she utilizing this to try to find the airship? Oh, I wonder if she's come up with a solution of how to deal with her. What the fuck? Oh, they're all the clones from the intro. Yeah, this is some pretty visceral shit we're seeing. I am at a loss for words. I don't know how this is gonna end. I really don't. Oh, she's pulling full-on sacrifice here, right? Oh shit! $5 says the doppel saver. No way! So they didn't leave her high and dry. Did Misaka really have some kind of effect on Scavenger? Aw, leader's blushing. Is taking back the original Ryoko to this dude really safe? Okay, so this part definitely needs a rewatch, but this is super big brained, if I'm understanding it correctly. We'll deal with that in the afterthought. What an awesome way to prove you have a soul by taking out an entire fucking city. Like, I kinda get taking out the original, either A, replacing her, or B, just pissed off that you were created. Kinda like the Dr. Frankenstein and its monster type shit, but revenge against humanity? That's taking a little too far. Dude, her ability is coming in clutch. I'll say one thing for sure. When it comes to character design, this series is ridiculous. Oh, shit. Oh no, seriously gonna end it like that? Okay, even after a rewatch, I had to cheat to figure out what was going up with the doppelganger, especially with her quote-unquote soul possession. Yes, I have to put it in quotes because that's technically fake. Somehow the doppel was able to surmise what the original was going to think when it comes to soul possession, and when she first escaped the facility, she went to that kind of defunct one, where she in turn would acquire the ability to basically create these artificial muscles, reminiscent of ant parasites and slime mold. Utilizing these, she was able to infect and in turn control material basically on a microscopic level, thus giving the appearance of this soul possession, which in turn was just an affront because it turns out the doppel wasn't 100% sure if it really even had a soul to begin with. Honestly, that was incredibly big brained, and I don't even think a third watch I would have comprehended it that much. All this subterfuge in an attempt to take out the original, and if an entire city had to fall to do so, meh. But that does create a good talking point. Does this doppel really have an artificial soul, or is it just an extremely evolved AI? At what point does an AI gain the title of a soul? Like, it really makes you wonder. Anyways, back to the episode itself. Fucking amazing. I really did enjoy today's episode. I, for one, have said time and time again that I am not a huge proponent when it comes to using CGI, especially in anime. It always either looks over elastic or super stiff, and usually doesn't mesh well with what's going on in the rest of the scene. But in today's episode, I think they utilized it well and did a phenomenal job. And I was so surprised, and yet I called it. As soon as you see the Godzilla-like creature begin to form from all the debris, I think we were all hoping for a giant kaiju-esque mech battle throwdown where these giant creatures are just tearing up the city skyline, and that is what we got. Like I said, imagine being a citizen of Academy City. I mean, we've been through some weird shit thus far, but to look out your window and see a giant rubble monster fight a giant Ultraman made out of lightning and iron sand particles, like, throw me up like, honey, I think it's time to relocate. And then you have all the old cronies like, Academy City ain't what it used to be. Seriously though, that scene was phenomenal. And then the actual interaction between Misaka and the newly redesigned Ryoko as she spouts out of this creature. I said it once and I'll say it again. When it comes to character design, a certain series is just phenomenal. But this AI or AS, whatever it is, truly shows off its advanced thinking process as it's using this fight just as a means to an end to locate the airship, leading to our first return. Yes, the original Ryoko. Her taking off after being saved from Seke, I knew she was going to make some return in some capacity. She's constantly working on this, utilizing Indian poker to come up with a solution with this soul possession type shit. Seeing how this whole creation of this artificial soul, this doppel, is basically her responsibility. Definitely did not see her confronting the doppel and then in exchange just, try to barter like, hey, give me 2 more months and I'll help disassemble you. But in reality, that was the doppel just jumping to conclusions. No. I will eradicate my soul. You can have my body. Really playing on the part of the martyr in this one. And even, when the doppel's like, no, fuck this. I just want to make sure you die. If you really want to appease me, just kill yourself now. And literally she does. The second return that I did not see coming, but I'm so fucking glad that it happened, was the return of Scavenger. It looks like Makoto actually has some kind of influence and effect on Leader as we see this group return, coming in clutch to save the somehow incapacitated, just falling off the airship Kariba. But I definitely think they're making the wrong move as they're like going to take her back to her original research. I could have sworn, wasn't she in hiding? Was she not trying to stay away from them? I don't trust this scientist, so whether she was still involved with this dude or not, taking her back to him doesn't feel like a good idea on, anyone's part. As we see him overly focus on what's falling out of the sky and just so happens to focus in on her, that's usually a bad sign. Now, of course, through all this giant kaiju battle going on, Misaka has been testing a hypothesis because the idea of soul possession is just so absurd that it just really didn't make sense. And thanks to Misaki as well as Scavenger, the revelation of of the fake soul possession and real artificial muscle micro manipulation has come to light. But even after being confronted with this and the fact that the doppel is, under the assumption that the original is dead, there doesn't seem to be any kind of happy ending. Hey, I was going to unleash, hellfire upon the city just to kill this one woman, but you know what? I might as well unleash my wrath upon humanity because I'm so fucking angry. But with now soul possession off the table, it looks like destroying the original and her current vessel completely is a viable option to get rid of the doppel. But once again, it looks like it's up to Misaka to be the last line of defense. Overall, I completely enjoyed today's episode. Like I said, their use of CGI, this giant big brain moment where you really have to try and comprehend what's going on. I mean, I cheated. Don't feel bad. I cheated. The character design is amazing. I love when she was creating the doppels of herself, both utilizing just, these artificial muscles as well as creating them from the debris. Like, yeah, it's not as awe-inspiring as, Misaka 5.3, but it's still pretty badass in its own right. But it looks like we'll have to wait till the last episode of this season to get the finale of this fight. And I'm assuming it's going to be badass. Based on the preview, they just show the happily ever after wrap up like they normally do after a big arc, leaving out the resolution to this fight. So I'm excited. I'm still excited. It looks like we still have some action left in this final episode of this season, and I'm looking forward to it. So with all that being said, in the finale of Railgun Season 3, aka Railgun T, dropping next week, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.